Okay, well, hi everybody. Um, and maybe you know by now that I'm on the committee for doing the global exhibition, and I did most of the technical side of things with some help from everybody else on the committee, Patty, Spencer, Amy Brown, and Julie Piccarello. So it was a real group effort over, I think we started almost a year ago. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little guided tour of the exhibition and then show you how you can go and vote, although it's pretty simple, I hope. So let me share my screen. Let's see. That's not exactly what I wanted to share. Um, right, okay. Got it. There. And I don't think that's working yet. Okay, there. Share. Okay. So hopefully now everybody sees the homepage of the website. Um, In the newsletter today, there was a direct link to the exhibition, but I thought I would just point out if you didn't find, can't find your newsletter and you want to go look at the exhibition, it is, of course, right here on the homepage under the latest news. So it says, Welcome to the 2025 Global Exhibition. And this brings you to the entry, the entry hall of the exhibition. And so there's a little slideshow here that every time you open it up, it should start with a different one, and they're just randomly organized. You can stop the slideshow from scrolling just by hovering over it. And then if you want to be in control yourself, you can just click on the arrows, and this will show you in random order the different artists and one of their pieces that participated in the exhibition. And then we have a couple other ways that you can go through the exhibition. One is to simply look at all the artists. We'll start with that. And so there's actually a page for each artist. And so this is kind of an index to all of the different pages that we have for the individual artists. If you click on visit the artist page, you get to see about that person, starting with their name up here at the top, where they're located, a little bio, some tags that relate to both of their entries if they enter two things. You could enter one or two pieces, and then you can see their entries here. It tells you we have the one or two images that they submitted for their pieces, and then you can click on those and see them sort of full screen. Tells you a little bit about the materials, the size of the things, and a little bit of information that they want to share about their pieces. The other way that you can view this is you can go from here to all the category galleries. I'm going to go back though and show you what that looks like from the beginning. So if you go here, it's this one, the category galleries. You click on that and you see that there's the 4 categories that you could enter in. And each one of these, you just click anywhere on there. Doesn't really matter, the little pluses there, you can click on that, but really any place works. And in this case, you see all of the actual artwork pieces. So if there was just one image of the piece, you see it, you just see that one image. But if they sent 2 images, like a full view and a detail view like this one, then they're both there. The same way as before, if you click on it, you go to the artist page. Okay. And oh, one other thing that we didn't see on that first one, if people have submitted information about websites or their Instagram or wherever they are online, that shows up here too on their page. So you can find out more about them. Now, one thing to notice is that when you come in through the gallery that way, it actually opens this in a new window. The reason for that is if we didn't do it that way and you used your back button, it would go back to all the things closed again. So you would kind of lose your place on where you were looking through these galleries. So um, in that case, it's opening in a new window. And in case you never came across this before, and although it's a little bit small and not very obvious, um, if you when you first open this at the top, there's this little icon here. And that is actually what that means, is that whatever you click on is going to open in a new window. So you can just scroll through and see all the entries in each category from here. If you need to get back up to the top, you can use this, or if I move my, it was covered up with all the people for me, but over here down in the kind of lower right corner, this is true actually all over the website. There's a little arrow here that will take you back to the top of the page at any point in time. So that's about it. There's a lot of beautiful work to be seen, and I hope that you will take some time and look through everything. When you've done that and you've decided which ones you think are the most awesome out of all the awesomeness that there is there, if you click this link to go back to the homepage to vote, it's going to take you back to that homepage with these other ways of entering the exhibition, but right down here to the bottom where you can vote. And so you do have to be logged in. If you're not logged in when you come to this page, there will be a little message telling you to log in or to join if you're not yet a member. And because you do have to be a member to actually vote. It's a member's choice.
Shelley's
Competition contest. Okay, so when you're ready, you click on this and it brings you to the voting form. Probably the main thing to be aware of here is that if you click on an image, you're going to be voting for that piece. Okay, it's not going to show you a bigger picture of the image. It's just going to show you, it's just going to select that item as the one that you're picking. And you can only vote for one in each category. Okay, so then you scroll down through and it's got the title and the artist. And then at the bottom, you go to the next page, which is, and you continue with the process of selecting your favorites and go through all the 4 categories. And I'm not going to skew by doing any picking. And then when you get to the bottom, you would submit the form. Now, I'm not going to click that because you only get one chance to vote. You can only vote once. So if I were to click this now, because I did click that very first one, I would be done. So I'm not going to do that. So that's really all there is to it. You can go back to the exhibition from the voting form. It's not going to save your information though. When you go back to the voting form again, well, if you used your back button, I can't say for sure whether you would get back to it already having selected your votes or not. So if you want to go back and forth between the exhibition and the voting form, then I would suggest that you do a right click on that and say open the link in a new tab or in a new window so they can have both things open at the same time. So, does anybody have any questions?
seems easy enough.
Well,
Pretty clear.
we worked hard to
Yeah,
make it look easy.
I'll tell you what, Laura, we are blessed to have you and your technical talents, really.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very welcome.
Yeah, you made everything look fantastic.
Well, thank you very much. I hope everybody,
Looks very nice.
I mean, you could spend quite a bit of time, and I think it would be time well spent because you'll learn a lot about your fellow artists, and it's really interesting, the stories behind their pieces too. So, I mean, you can just look at the pictures and say, oh, that's beautiful, and I love that one. But to understand the stories is also really gives it a whole nother level of meaning.
Is the submission closed?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. It's closed well, we did extend it. It closed on the 15th, but then we extended it another week. So
Oh, yeah,
it closed a week ago.
that's why we're voting.
No,
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah, because otherwise we can't have more, we can't have more people entering once people have already cast their votes.
Mhm.
So,
And voting closes the 22nd?
no. The
No,
voting
I'm sorry.
closes on the
The
15th.
15th, yes. The
Midnight,
voting
well,
closes the 15th.
yeah, 11:59 Eastern Daylight Time in the US.
PM.
It's 11:59 p.m. So 1 minute before midnight,
Yeah.
which then would be 12 a.m. on the 16th. So, yeah, so that's when the voting will close. Everything will be the same except this will disappear. Those links at the bottom of each page will just take you back to this entry page instead of bringing you right back to the bottom here where you can vote. And then we will announce the winners 3 weeks from today. In this event, we will be announcing the winners. Ta-da! And then they'll be up on the website right after. They won't be on the website until after this get together is finished on the 22nd. So
Thank you, Laura. I'm gonna stop recording unless somebody has another question. No? Okay.